KUGAN, CASSIUS, AFM. Johnny Nelson.
Yeah, boy, man.
You swerve me sometimes. I'll notice at these things.
That's Domsey. That's how I roll. That's how I roll. Wait. I saw you yesterday. Now I don't know what's going on. You got a bit of swagger going on. I seen you busting this tracksuit. So I thought, you know what? I have no shame with busting something that I like. So you had the tracksuit on, and it was by. I went on social media. It was a J Rude or something like that.
Shay Rude.
Whoever he is, I want one.
Oh,
who is he?
He's my friend. He's 19 years old. And
he's a boy?
Yeah, he's a boy. Well, yeah, he's a young man. But he's got his tracksuit out there in some of the top designer shops in Essex. He's 19 years old.
Listen, yo.
Shay.
Help me up, man. You talk to me anytime. I'll wear your tracksuit.
I don't really think it's your look.
What do you mean it's not my look?
You've got like kind of a
physical
Zamunda look. Zamunda, Prince of Zamunda
I've got
look.
A physical presence. Trust me, that tracksuit will look perfect. Wrong on you. It's completely wrong in your fault.
What?
You shouldn't be wearing that. I should be wearing something like that. I'm telling you. Yo, hook me up.
No, but a lot of people were tweeting me about this kid. But for 19, what were you doing at 19? You were probably in the gym.
19. Is that all he does? Nothing else?
He's a designer, but he's done that. But he's to get it into shops.
Yeah.
You know, to get him into kind of high-end designer shops.
He's got a talent. That's his talent. That boy is good. He's got to link me up. Go anywhere it's free.
How are you anyway?
I'm good. Christmas out of the way.
Christmas? That's a fucking...
New Year's out of the way. Birthday's out of the way. So
when was your birthday?
The 4th of January.
Happy birthday!
Stop. Leave it right there. Stop.
You've got a real man in the house there, Dominic. A real guy in the house, Dominic Ingle.
He's actually a bit older than me, you see.
Is he really?
He's 9 months older than me.
See, this is the new... Yeah, 52's the new 42.
No, 52's the new 40. Yeah. 52's the new 40.
But can you sing like him and play guitar like him?
I can sing.
He's got hidden talents that nobody knows about.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think we want to know about him. I don't know if we want to know about him, Dom, to be honest with you. Right, let's break straight into it.
Yeah.
What have you made of this whole Joshua situation? Because it seems like it's been a little bit of a mess, you know.
It has been a mess, but now, listen, anyway, Anthony Joshua is in control of his destiny. Anthony Joshua has done everything expected of him, won all the titles expected of him, and now no matter, he can't do right for doing wrong, you know, because no matter what, it's why aren't you fighting this man, why aren't you fighting that man? Yes, we all want him to see him in with well, I want to see him in with Dylan Whyte. Dylan Whyte has rightfully got himself in a position to fight for that. Dylan Whyte saying he's not getting paid enough money. This is what I'm hearing, so that's why that's not happening. So
it's kind of out there now. I mean, he's allegedly been offered, at first, obviously, something around 4 million. Now that's been improved. So is Dylan Whyte doing the right thing by saying, hang on a minute, my worth's more than that, I'm holding out.
Yeah, he is.
Pay me my money or I'm not going to fight.
In this fight game, we're so used to saying, no, wait a bit. We're hearing that from whoever. We're saying, I'll do it in the next fight. The next minute, your career's over. And you're kicking yourself for not making decisions. Dylan Whyte is making his own decision in regards to holding out or whatever. If he can afford to do that, you know, good on him. You know, I can remember a lot of fighters get that kind of criticism, had that kind of criticism in the past. A certain fighter ended up being a multi-billionaire. His name was Floyd Mayweather when he went against the grain and did it his own way. I'm not saying that's going to happen with Dylan Whyte, but what I'm saying is he's taking control of his own career. So no matter what happens, what he makes or what he doesn't make, it's his decision. Yes, I would love to see that. Yes, I'm quite sure the British public would love to see that. But if the numbers don't add up, that's just how it is. It's the game.
Should Joshua and Eddie Hearn, should they be giving guys like Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder a 50-50 split?
No, point blank, no. Listen, Anthony Joshua, and I'm a fan of Tyson Fury because I think Tyson Fury, he shows the art of our game, hit and not be hit, he gets the job done. Anthony Joshua has fought himself into this position of having the belts. Fought all the people he's expected to fight. Fought fights where people thought he's not going to win. He's taken the risk. So now he's in a great position. So he's basically saying, right, I'm in King's position. If you want to fight me, because remember, I don't believe your Furies and your Wilders are getting paid the same as Anthony Joshua is now. So Anthony Joshua's saying, hold on a minute, why would I split you 50-50? You guys are getting paid XYZ compared to what I get paid, which is probably 3 times more than you. Why would I split you 50-50? If you want to fight me, put yourself in my position. Fight me, beat me then. Let's see if you can sell out arenas. Let's see if you can command so much money. So I understand where Anthony Joshua is coming from. He has rightfully put himself in a position of value. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder are trying to say no, it should be a 50-50. You know what? If it was me, if I really wanted to fight, I say, come, let's do this fight. Let's do this fight because I'll beat you. And then when I beat you, then we'll sit down. And then after that, then we'll talk about splits. Then we'll talk about rematches. Then we'll talk about value.
Do you believe a 60-40 split is fair to both Deontay and Tyson?
Yeah. I think Anthony Joshua should have the lion's share, no matter what. If anybody could have an argument for a 50-50 split, and I know this ain't going to go down too well, I say it's Tyson Fury. Here in the UK, let's say for instance we put.
In the UK, that's the biggest fight that could ever be here.
No matter what, and it's bigger than the official champion, Deontay Wilder. So you say, for instance, you put Deontay Wilder on in the UK, you might feel like the O2. Would he feel like Wembley?
I think
if he boxed somebody else and it wasn't Anthony Joshua. Now you know that could happen with Tyson Fury. You know that could happen with in Wembley or the O2. You don't know that will happen with Deontay Wilder. And this is the argument. So it's bumps on seats. We have not seen 90,000, 100,000 people inside Wembley. If you can put bumps on seats, that means you're generating dough. So Anthony Joshua's saying, well, why am I sharing that with you? You know, put yourself in my position. Work yourself to this point. You know, sort out your social profile so people want to throw that kind of money at you. If these fights are going to happen, they're going to happen. And I understand where Anthony Joshua is coming from. He's capitalising and making the most of this business. And it might not be easy for most to understand, but he's doing what works for him.
When I interviewed him in New York in December, his point was, I'm earning this, you're earning that, or whatever. So let's just assume that Joshua has
let's make some figures up. Say Anthony Joshua was earning 15 million and the other boys are earning 5. Let's say that.
So, okay, for example. So his point is, I'm looking to now progress to say 20 million.
Yeah.
The guys, if you are earning 5 million, should be looking to up their 5 million to 10. It shouldn't be, right, I'm going to earn 20 now, you're earning 20.
Yeah.
That's what he was saying.
Totally agree with him.
That was his point.
I totally agree with him. And that's why, you know, there's things that I think called public pressure. And if you try and pressure someone into doing something you want them to do, some fold, some don't. Anthony Joshua's not folded. What's changed with Anthony Joshua? You put him on, he's going to sell the place out. So he can take the criticism, he can take the slack, he can take the bitching. But he's thinking, well, what's changed? I'm still going to fight, I'm still going to pack it out. You don't make no difference to me on my career. So if you want to dance on my dance floor, this is my rules. I get that. This is business. Look at Floyd Mayweather. Look how much money he's earned because he did it his way. One of the richest sportsmen in the world, he did it his way. It didn't go down too tough, but he did it his way.
So is this your honest opinion, or is this you being like Sky PR man?
That's not Sky PR. But that's what I'm saying. That's not, because realistically, Anthony Joshua, it could be a case where Sky can't afford him. You know, so we could lose Anthony Joshua because he's saying this is what I want.
Did you hear the old leaked phone call? Did you hear that? Did you hear the story about what?
I said it this morning.
But did you hear about what happened?
No.
Did you hear how it come about?
No. It was sort of an interview that he was doing.
No. Joshua got a delivery, right, and he wasn't in, so the guy left the card with his number to call. Yeah, that's what Eddie told us today, according to Eddie Hearn. Pete. Okay. All right, you all right?
Hi, mate.
So the guy has obviously realised that Anthony Joshua called Joshua,
recorded it,
and recorded it.
That's dirty, man. That's dirty.
I thought that. I thought that ain't on. That ain't on.
That's dirty, man.
That ain't on. I mean, I did that to you one time in Bandcamp, but I never released the footage. You'd be worried if I released that footage.
Let me drop it in the morning. This is how I could kind of justify this telephone conversation. Now, when you meet a fan in the street, and he doesn't understand the ins and outs, the backbone of what's going on with a lot of negotiation and a lot of arguments in the boxing world. And you're sick of having this argument, this conversation day after day after day after day. What you do is, you just think, you know what, I'll tell him what he wants to hear. I'll tell him what he wants to hear. You play the game. When it's down to business, it might be a completely different thing in the boardroom. But I just think, you know what, it's a low thing to do.
But not just in any walk of life. You're recording conversations without someone knowing. That is a pretty fucking low thing.
It's a pussy thing to do. It's a pussy thing to do.
Yeah.
Tell me you're doing it, and then it's up to me if I want to carry on the conversation.
What?
Don't do shit like that, man. That's a pussy thing to do.
Yeah, last Friday night, I videoed me and you.
Doing what?
In the Holiday Inn. Johnny, I know you've already kind of spoken about this, but yeah, Amir Khan Crawford takes place in Madison Square Garden on April the 20th. It is what it is. You said you were actually the one that was adamant for months that the Brook fight would never happen, and turns out to be. I mean, win or lose, does Khan still come back to a Brook fight after? Win or lose?
I think as the days go by, the less likely that fight is going to happen, because the height, the big value for that fight, if both fighters think they can still command that kind of dough, is gone, it's diminished. They're no longer the fighters they were. Kel's my boy, and I rate him here, Khan. They're no longer the fighters they were. The boys are, and they are their biggest purse for each other, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know. So as days go on, it's less likely to happen. I think Amir Khan has chosen his path for his own reason. You can't even say he's pussying out, because he's getting in with Crawford, who's a badass.
Yeah, pound for pound top two.
So you just think, where's your mind at, man? Where's it at? So it could be, it might be something that's deep-seated, deep-rooted why you'll not fight Kel. That's between those two. He's in control of his career. That's his decision.
Did you hear his comments about Froch and Spencer Fearon recently?
I kind of heard a rough side of it, but Spencer actually didn't bitch about him. You know, Spencer got mistaken for me. It was me bitching about him, not Spencer.
Oh, so you should have got it in the net.
I should have got it in the net, but it's cool. Listen, if you're going to say something, you've got to stand by it. You know, so I'm not going to say something to you today, or something about you today, and when I see it tomorrow, I say, yo, I didn't say that. You know,
that's exactly what you do to me.
No,
though.
I don't.
You run me down to everyone. You do.
You got to stick to what you're saying.
No, I agree.
Stick to what you believe in. And again, and I keep saying to Amir Khan's fans, do not get it twisted. Do not get me mistaken. I rate Amir Khan as a fighter. I think he's one of the fastest fighters I've seen live. I think this kid can fight. I actually think it's not a done deal with him and Kel, because I think he could beat Kel. So don't put it down as hate. I'm just putting down the excuses were bullshit and stupid. That's what I'm putting down. I rate Amir Khan. I like how he fights. That's it. On a professional level. Personally, it's not my business. I don't know him well enough for the decisions he makes and the things he says. But I think as a fighter, it's not hatred. To me, I'm telling you now, it doesn't make sense. And if you're a fan, no matter how loyal you are, you're gonna think, yo, Amir, man, somebody's excuse is a bit soft. You know, that's what you're gonna say.
But we can't knock him for taking a fight with Terence Crawford. Absolutely
The
not.
man's got cojones like that, and that's what I'm saying. I don't understand this Brook business. I don't understand why this big business. I don't get it, and it points to one fact, that he's scared of losing to Brook. That's all, because
he says he's not, but
yeah, but that's all it alludes to. There's nothing else left for you to think. There's nothing else, and that's why I think you ain't doing yourself any favour, because this is what you're making it look like.
I mean, I said to you, he's over his career, his resume of fighters he's been with is second to none.
Yeah,
I mean, he's Canelo, now Crawford. I mean, when was the Maidana fight? Years ago. He's been in with everyone.
Excitement went through, and to tell you, I think his fights are more exciting than Kel's fights, because he's going to hit or be hit, or sometimes it's like watching a man trying to dodge traffic going down the M1 the wrong way. You know, he's one when he's getting hurt, he's coming through. The heart the boy shows is mad, but I just think some of the decisions he's making are a bit ludicrous.
What was your biggest ever purse?
Realistically,
the one that you didn't declare to the taxman.
I wasn't getting paid what these boys are getting paid. You know, and that's nowhere near. And I look at it now.
Did you get a purse of like 8 figures? 8, 7,
2. I actually think that today's fighters do not realise how good they've got it, especially in this setup, because by the time you fought, you sat ringside doing an interview, you know what you're going to fight again.
All right, let me ask you a question. Your first world title win, which was when?
1999, Carl Thompson.
What did you get for that? Can you tell us?
40 grand.
40 grand, yeah. It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And some guys have boxed for British titles more than that.
Yeah.
That's pure madness. But you know what? You got to pull it through, and then you make the most of it. Then you make it into toe.
Where's that 40 grand now? But you still got it, yeah.
Under the bed,
Under the bed.
Then said, "Don't spend shit hiding in the shoe under a mattress."
Johnny, sorry, one last thing. Obviously, the wine started, but George Groves retired this week, and obviously he's been getting the plaudits all week, and rightly so as well. Well, sure, he could have still jumped into big fights if he wanted to. He's decided that this is the time for him, and he's going off on his own terms.
You know what? You've got to listen for George Groves. One thing I rate about this is he could have easily blamed his shoulder, because that's why he's out of it. You speak to George on a personal level, he can't get his shoulder past that. Right? Because he blamed that and he said, no, I'm done. I'm out of it. Not mention the shoulder, not mention it, he said, that's me done. He is part of the reason why Wembley Arena is now becoming a mecca for big fights.
Yeah.
He is part of the reason. Let's not forget that. Without him, Carl Froch wouldn't have earned the mad money what those two earned in that fight. Without him, without his character, without his arrogance, or without his cool savviness, you know, Wembley wouldn't be the place to be. And regardless of the result. So for George Groves, good on him. I think he's not an idiot. I think George Groves has made the right move, and he's letting the young guns come through. And I don't think that's the end of George Groves. I think we'll see him in some capacity, promoter, manager, trainer. I think George, that's not the end of him.
One more question for you, actually, just going back to this Wilder thing, something Eddie Hearn said yesterday. He said that even if he offers Wilder 50-50, he doesn't believe that his team would take it. What do you think about that?
Well, this is business for Eddie and the team, and if Eddie's saying that publicly, you know, he must have something to back that up. I think. But
surely Wilder wouldn't then, if that he was being offered a 50-50
yeah,
split.
But he's tied into right and wrong with, as far as he's concerned, with Tyson Fury. I don't think he gets past Tyson Fury. That means he's out of the picture. And so you could see down the line, the back end of the year, Deontay Wilder fighting Dylan Whyte, if Dylan Whyte keeps winning. I think Deontay Wilder has been exposed as this guy can punch, this guy's unbeaten, this guy's done it all. But if you can box and you've got the reach, you've got the physicalities to deal with him, he's shown quite clearly he can be outboxed. But you cannot write him off, because down to the last round, this 15-stone 4-man knocked down Tyson Fury with one hell of a shot. And that's what he's got going for him. So if you use brain, you can take a shot and you can box, and you've got the height and you've got the reach, then, you know, Tyson Fury's shown the blueprint to being him.
Okay. Johnny Nelson, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV.
So are you going to want on tracksuits?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a clientele of a hierarchy.
I'm going to follow him. What's he on? What is it? I'm going to follow him.
He's on Instagram.
Yeah, what's he on?
Shay Rood, at Shay Rood.
At Shay Rood.
CHEROOD.
Shay Rood, look what I just did for you. I just bigged you up. Link me up with a tracksuit, man. I want pimp style.
What's pimp style?
He knows. See, we're modern. We're all hip, man.
You're models?
Modern.
Oh, I thought you said you're models.
Listen, when I'm busting mine, I look better than you did in yours.
Shut up.
I even bought some trainers. I don't usually wear trainers.
How much of that 40 grand you really got?
It was
How quickly did you spend it?
that was spent before I even got the ring, G. I'd not boxed for 13 months before
Your
that, so
debts
like,
again.
your debt's gone.
Go.
Woo! Keep the house. But if you see, actually afterwards, when I won, my wife at the time, I was in the ring and I went, get a new house. I thought, yeah, man, we're in, because I knew I would never lose the
You
title.
can buy a house in Sheffield then for 40 grand.
You still can.
Oh, right, okay.
You still can.
Okay.
Trust me. You can. Listen, they want me to buy a house down here. That costs more than my farm. Are y'all crazy, fool? Nah, it's not me. That's not me.
All right. Well, you've done very well for yourself, haven't you?
Not bad.
400 grand a year Sky job.
Oh my God.
You know, I started you off on 50 grand over the years. And like,
The one thing I've got to say, I made a lot of money with Frank Warren, and I've got to give him credit for that. And now he turned the turd into a lump of gold, because I made dough. I wasn't making any more.
Don't call yourself that.
No, but what I'm saying is, from what I was earning, I made a lot of money with Frank Warren, so I've got to give him credit for that. And it was that lifeline that was there. He gave me a great opportunity to make some money. That's simple. So I got to thank him for that. And in our fight game, once you agree a deal, the problem in boxing is people sign a contract and they negotiate after the contract's been signed. If me and you agree a figure and you pay me what I've agreed on, I don't give a shit what you've earned after that. And so with Frank, I got what I agreed to. I got what I wanted. And Frank made me some money. That's why I live in a lovely house. That's why I've done what I've done. I know a lot of promoters get shit, but you got a big one.
What happened to your hand?
There were like 15 guys, and they all came to me. I was like, Hong Kong Fried Chop. I was doing a cleaning press, and I crushed it. It was 120 though. Bam!
Feel the arms, feel the arms.
Huh?
Feel the arms.
Huh?
Feel the arms.
Nice.
Yeah?
Nice. What are you doing?
Now feel the chest. Go on.
What are you doing? You be careful, man. Don't you break anything.
I'm not taking steroids.
I'm just saying. Don't break anything. If you do, makes your balls shrink.
Does it really?
So I heard.
Johnny no balls.
So I heard.
Johnny, thank you very much for talking to iFL TV, and we look forward to a great show tomorrow at the O2.
Peace. Keep it on, Lawrence and Corley.
Lovely.